Okay, now I think it's on. Hopefully you can hear me. Sorry I'm late. I was trying to figure something out because I should be able to do my live to this Facebook page and my business Facebook page. So I had the directions on how to do that pulled up, but of course the directions they give you, like there's always steps missing. Like it says go to this and go to this, but the next step's not there. So anyway, I tried. All right, how's everybody doing? We are in the middle of July. It's hot here. It was 98 degrees a couple minutes ago here in San Antonio, but it's sunny and it looks like a nice evening. I hope y'all are having good weather where you are. Things were a little rough in Chicago last night. I still get the alerts on my phone, so I was texting my kids, are you guys in the basement? Because they had tornado warning, so, but everything's fine. Everybody's good, so I hope y'all are fine too. All right. Well, I've been on vacation. I'm back. I'm excited to stamp with you guys tonight. We're going to have fun. I think I have some fun cards for us to do with a set that I really love. So thank you all for joining me. Before we get started, let's talk about doing a contest to win a prize. Okay. So what I'm going to give away is this beautiful packet of pecan pie and clear ribbon adhesive back dots. These are absolutely beautiful. I love these dots. All you have to do is comment on my video, and then I'll go through all my comments on my 2 Facebook pages and YouTube, and then I will pick a winner from the comments. And thank you guys. I appreciate when you comment. It makes it even more fun to stamp with you guys. All right. Hi, everybody. Hi, Renee. Hi, Kelly. Thank you. It's good to see you all. Hi, Lisa. Oh, thank you so much, Renee. It was a great vacation. It was really nice. It's great to see family. So happy about that. All right. These cards might take a minute tonight because it's not that they're hard. There's just a lot of steps and layers. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll get started right away. All right. Let's see if I can still remember how to do this. Let's find a good place here to go ahead and get started. All right, let me get my chair pulled up. Okay, you guys, keep in mind, I just want to remind you guys, we are still in bonus days. So till the end of July, for every $50 that you spend, you get a $5 coupon that you can redeem in August. So just a reminder about that. Hi, Lois, how are you? So nice and easy. You can rack up some good savings. Tonight's projects were going out of some online exclusives that recently came out. And let me see if I can find, somebody put this together. Stamp Lady Katie at AOL.com put this nice, she just compiled this nice picture list for us. So down here, the Sophisticated Sled stamps and dies. This is what we're using tonight for our projects. Lots of fun. Have you guys gone online to see all these fun new releases? There's some nice fall things, Halloween, little pumpkin patch. I can't wait to keep playing with all this fun stuff. All right. So here's what we're going to make tonight. I fell in love with this set as soon as I saw it. I don't know why. I just thought it was so cool. So we're going to do this card right here with the little sled and the skates. And we're going to use these new embellishments. I just think this is really pretty. This one says good tidings. And may your holiday season be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. So that's card number 1. We're going to make this window card for card number 2. I'm still in the holidays, sorry. I couldn't help it. I just had to use this set though. Then we're gonna do some stamping instead of just die cutting. And we're gonna make this sled card. And this one says, I hope your days are filled with fun and laughter. Happy holidays. And then lastly, I have this really fun gift box, and my magnet's coming off. So this little gift box we're going to make, which would be fun. I love these scalloped. You guys know I love these boxes, right? Because they're easy, they're fast. We don't have to, you know, they're pre-made. So that's why I love them. We're going to just do this little wintry Let It Snow. And then we have a fun little surprise inside. I'm just closing it with a little magnet. We have these candy bracelets with the little snowflakes. So I think that'd be a fun little gift for someone. So that's what we're going to make tonight. So let me put these aside and we will get started. All right. All right, let me show you up close what we're going to use. Let me adjust my light a little bit here. It seemed a little foggy when I was first getting set up. Okay, Sophisticated Sled, really fun. Going to use these little, I think I used every stamp in this set tonight. So we've got our sled, our wreath, a little bow, some skates, which I think are super fun, a cardinal, one of my favorite birds, you know, being from Illinois, some nice, you know, sentiments. That's what those are called, some snowflakes. And here are the dies. So these dies work with the stamps, but also die cut some things on their own. And the first case card we're gonna make, we're gonna actually just do some die cutting instead of stamping for the sled. And we got this nice little swag, which is beautiful, and some more skates. So lots of fun. I'll show you as we go what we're gonna use from that. So I also brought in one more greeting set for the insides of the cards, and you can use any greeting set that you have. I'm using Greetings of the Season, and I think I told you guys last time that I am in love with this set because look at the mixing and matching you can do. You can make it say anything you want. And I love these bigger sentiments for the inside of the card. I think they're just perfect. So we're going to use this too. And then the last thing we're going to use tonight is our stylish shapes dies. We're just going to use a banner out of here. And I said last, but I lied. There's a couple more things. The deckled rectangle dies. These are an online exclusive. We're going to use a couple sizes of these. And then we're going to run one of these deckled rectangles in white through our embossing folder. And this is the exposed brick embossing folder. Okay, here are the pieces for our first card. All these cards have a lot of pieces. So yeah, it was a lot of cutting, but fun. I enjoy it. Okay, so let's start with our card base, Old Olive. 8.5 by 5.5, scored a 4 1/4. We have 5 1/4 by 4 basic white, and then we have just this little piece of 4 inch by 3/4 inch of this golden greenery DSP. That's not actually what it's called though. What is the name of it? Season of Green or something like that. Let me see if I can find it because I know it has a different name than the die set. Season of Green and Gold Designer Series paper. That is what it's called. Okay, then for our layers, we've got, we're going to stamp on this. So let me pull this piece out right here because we're going to stamp a greeting on here. And we'll put this aside. Okay, next layer, Mossy Meadow, 5 1/4 by 4. That's going to go right on here. Let's get out some seal. Let's run out of seal as soon as we start. That's okay, we got more, right? Lots of seal. Okay, next layer is going to be that DSP I was just talking about. This is 5 by 3 3/4. I have to figure out something to do with this side because I haven't used, oh, this isn't, wait, that's the one that's empty. Hold on. I must move that aside. Because isn't this pretty? I mean, I need to make something with that beautiful paper. So this Season of Green and Gold paper, I'm not using the gold ones this time that have the gold. I'm kind of sticking more with silver on this set of cards, so I didn't do the ones that were gold foiled. I'm just using the plain ones for this from the DSP. And if you got some DSP to make the cards from last time, you'll have all this extra DSP to use up too. Okay, next layers. This is Old Olive. And let's see, this is 4 1/4 by 2 3/4, you know, for die cutting. So if you guys get the kit this week, I'm already gonna cut the deckled rectangles for you. So you'll get this one cut, you'll get this one cut and embossed. So this is the next size down, all right? And there's no reason for us not to put that down right now. And I'm going to put this on an angle, and then we'll start building our sled scene on top of here. So kind of at an angle like that. All right, so now we have a really nice base. This is what we're going to stamp our sentiment on. That's a little banner from the Stylish Shapes. Then I'm also giving you in your kit all these little pieces, okay? So we're gonna be die cutting a bunch of stuff. Let me put this aside because those are both getting stamped. So let me show you what we're die cutting with all these things. Okay, so we're gonna start with the silver cardstock, and we're going to cut out this frame for the sled. So that's going to go right up here. And then we also want to do the blades for the skates. So we've got this little die right here that's going to cut 2 silver blades for us. So that's the silver. We're going to take this piece right here, and this is actually going to cut 2 pieces. It's going to cut the body of the sled, and it's going to also emboss it. And then this just part the handle part goes at the top. So that gets die cut out of the pecan pie piece. We're going to do the skates in white. So these, again, it's 1 die set together to do the 2 skates. So we'll be putting that right there and die cut that. Next, we're going to do the laces, and I know this piece is too big for this, but these are the 2 sets of laces. This is cherry cobbler. And then this last piece right here is what we're going to do that green leafy bow, okay? So that's all that stuff gets die cut like that. And let me pull these pieces out. All right, so we've got this in the silver, and here are our 2 pieces for the sled. So we've got this piece and our little handle piece, which is great. Our bow, am I saying that right? Our 2 skates, our 2 blades, and our laces. Okay, so now we have all our little pieces to put together. Let me put my dies away so I don't lose anything. I'd be heartbroken if I lost these dies because I really, really do love this set. I think it's awesome. Okay, so that's all done. Let's do the stamping next, then all we have to do is assemble. Okay, so we're just gonna stamp Good Tidings on this, and I'm gonna do it all the way to the right. We're gonna use Mossy Meadow for our stamping. Let's see, hopefully I remember to pull out all of the right stamps. Good Tidings. All right, we've got that. We're gonna cut off that side. And then for the inside, we're gonna use one of those beautiful, let's see, May Your Season Be Filled. We're gonna use this one right here, right on the inside. I almost got distracted because I was going to read the comments. Oh, okay, sorry. And then I lost myself. Hold on. Oh, please hold for 1 second. I'm trying to find myself again on the live because I touched something which I shouldn't have touched. And I want to see your comments. Okay. All right, we're back. Okay, this right towards the top. Perfect. Isn't that a nice stamp? How did I get that on the bottom? Hand check. I don't know. All right, but we know how to fix it, right? Where's my eraser? And I just dumped my whole card in the green pad. All right, let's get rid of this because nobody wants to see that part right there. All right. Okay, let's get that other little piece that we are saving. And put it at the bottom. Get a pair of scissors out because as usual, I'm just a tiny bit long. Okay, makes for a nice inside. All right, let's build our outside now. Okay, so I'm gonna start by just building my sled first, and then we're gonna pop it up with dimensionals. So I'm gonna get out my silicone mat because I know I'm gonna make a big mess with the glue. And so this first piece is gonna go right here. So I'm going to my glue started, and I'm just going to go along the sides and the bottom. Oh, I can go along the middle too. Hold on. Now, I also could have used my adhesive sheets, but do I ever think of that? No, never. Maybe some up the middle. Okay. Use my tweezers so I don't get glue all over. Okay. Right there, looks good. I love how you can see the silver come through on these little holes. Whoop, this one didn't get popped out. All right, let me get a block for a minute and just set that on. And then we're gonna glue this part on the other place where it crosses the silver. Right up here. Cute little sled, right? Okay, you dry for a minute. Next, we're gonna put this right here. So let's just do this with some dots, and I'm just gonna kind of go in this area right here and not all the way down the sides. I can always add a little bit to the sides later. Just like that. Pretty, right? It's starting to look really pretty. Okay, now we've got a couple pieces to add to our skates. So we've got 2 skates. Oops. And again, these would be ideal to use the adhesive sheets for, but I did not. And so these line up, you can see like the bumps, and there's bumps here. It took me a few minutes to figure that out. I'm like, how does this line up? Well, you just line up the bumps, and then this edge kind of comes along. You can see how that's kind of cut out a little bit. And just like that, looks good. Okay, let's do the other one. Love playing with the little pieces. Perfect. Now we need to put on our silver blades. It's been a while since I've been ice skating. How about you guys? When I was a kid, there was a creek not far from our house. We used to skate on the creek when the creek would freeze. And you could go quite, the creek was quite long, so you could go quite a distance on the creek skating. It's kind of cool. But you'd have to go like under the culverts and stuff. And then when my brother lived in Lockport, he made a skating rink in his backyard. He had a huge backyard. And he would make a skating rink in his backyard. That was pretty fun. Right now, I think I'd probably fall and break a hip. No more skating skills. Okay, I think we're done gluing those pieces together. Okay, next we're gonna take some baker's twine. And do I have that? Hold on. I gotta find my baker's twine. So the baker's twine, as you guys probably know, comes in this pack with all these different colors, right? So I'm gonna use the white out of it. And what I'm gonna do is just take a fairly decent length of it. I'm sorry, I'm laughing, Lisa, that you said you went once and sat on the ice more than you skated. It's not easy to skate, and I feel like you fall hard when you skate, right? Because that ice, it can be rough. All right, so just gonna tie a bow, not too big. All right, and then I'm gonna want my skates to be attached. So I'm gonna flip these over, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of adhesive. Did some get on there? I can't see. All right, so think this is gonna go right about here. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna glue dot that down before we get started here. So let me roll my glue dot just a little bit so the whole thing doesn't show. Because I'm gonna want that right in the middle right here. Okay, so now I've got my bow. You can see I've still got some glue going here, still some wet glue. Now I'm gonna attach my skates where I want them. So I think I want one of them right about here. And the other one, I'm gonna want, let me pull this a little bit tighter, like right about here, okay? So I'm just attaching them to the string. Now I'm gonna flip them and I'm gonna cut the extra string off. Okay, so my string is still attached along with my finger. Now I'm gonna put some dimensionals on here and then put them on the sled. And that'll help keep the string in place too. Okay. So one here. And then the other one right like that. Okay. What have I done here? Glue. Okay. All right. Good, right? That is it. That's our beautiful sled. Let's put some dimensionals on the back in places where they're not really gonna show. I might put a mini up there. I feel like my dimensionals are like, I don't know, maybe because it's kind of humid, they're kind of extra sticky. All right, let me get a mini for up here. All right. Like even the backings don't want to come off. They're just super sticky. Texas. All right, this is gonna go right here. Popped up. That looks pretty, right? Okay, let's cut this off and then we're gonna pop that up on the edge. Do you guys like this bundle? I don't know if Stampin' Up's had sled bundles and stuff in the past, but for me, this is the first one, so. Okay, let's add some of these. Have you guys seen these now? These are beautiful. These are Cherry Cobbler and Pearl adhesive backed berries. They're very pretty. I feel like they're very large for dots, but they come nice with the little threes, right? So I think, oh, thank you. All right, hi, Jolene. All right, so let's just put a couple of these on. There's one. Don't you love that they come in three and you can just boop, just one and done, right? Super easy. All right, so that's it. That is our first card. I hope you guys like it. I think it's a good fun card. All right, next. Oh, I'm sorry, Lisa. Here's the host code. she said I'm killing her by hiding the host code. So funny. So funny. All right, so it's 4PA9YQDA. You guys, if you place an order of $35 or more with me by Saturday, I'll send you the make and takes for free if you use the host code. Easy breezy, right? Okay. All right, let's do the next one. So this one is going to take a minute. And we're going to do a little window card, which I think is fun. So let me pull out what we're going to use for this. We're going to use these Countryside Corners dies. And I'm going to pull these out right now so you can see how we cut them. And then for the sentiment, I'm going back to these Unbounded Love dies. and this one right here. And again, you guys, if you get the make and takes, anything outside of that original bundle, I will cut for you. So you don't have to worry about having a whole bunch of different things, okay? These pieces will all be cut. They come in the envelope just like this. This is exactly what you're gonna get right here. Okay, so let's talk about what we're doing here. This time we're starting with Mossy Meadow card base. And we're gonna do, and it's our standard card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. 5 1/4 by 4, basic white cardstock for the inside. We're gonna stamp on this. And then I have these two little pieces, and these are 5 1/4 by 1/2 inch that we're gonna put on either side. But we are gonna stamp this, so let me put that there. For our layers, we've got a cherry cobbler, and this is 5 1/4 by 4, and then 5 by 3 3/4 of a similar but not the same piece of that. Look at this one too. DSP. So let's put this together so we have our base finished. I am thirsty all of a sudden. We had BLTs for dinner. I like to have something easy on Facebook Live nights so we can just eat fast because we don't have a lot of time, right? But I think the bacon was really salty. Okay. Next, we're going to do the window. So I have cut out of these corner, what did I say they're called? Country Corners dies. We're going to do one in I want to call it sky blue, but that's not the right, balmy blue for the sky. And this one, when you cut it, you're going to take two pieces. So you're going to do, you're going to cut it like this and put it down on your piece of paper. And then it's going to cut two pieces out. And we're actually going to use both pieces for this, okay? This is going to be our window frame. And then I wanted some crossbars to go in the window. All right. So, hold on, I'm nervous about losing my dies. If they fall behind my files, it's really hard to get them out from behind the drawer. Okay, so what we're going to do with this, so you have this piece left over from the middle. We're going to cut this into 1/4 inch strips. So I'm just going to line it up, and I'm just going to cut the whole thing into 1/4 inch strips. And then we'll assemble our window that way. All right, so I need 5 total. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have this piece left over, which is going to be our windowsill, but I'm going to cut it down. Actually, I'm just going to let me do 1 more 1/4, and then the last piece should be for our windowsill. All right, this is going to be at the bottom for our windowsill. Okay, although that doesn't look very straight. What happened? Hold on, I need to fix that. Come back here. Let's see if I cannot mess this up and have to cut another one. I'm going to make it just a little, this one's a little bit. I don't know if that straightened it or not. Nope, sure didn't. And the wood grain isn't helping either, because it really, you can really see then that it's not straight. Hold on. I shall not give up. I want it to be straight. All right, I think we got it that time. Good enough. All right. So let's get this back out and just start gluing our window together, because this is going to take a minute. Let me get a baby wipe, because I still have glue all over from the last one. And just get this kind of cleaned up a little bit. Okay. So we're going to take a couple of the long ones, and I can see right through this mat onto my grid. So I'm going to do the long ones last, because since we cut this out of here, you can see the long ones just fit on the inside, so you can't really glue them, right? So that's why we're going to glue those last, those two pieces. All right, so let's do the cross ones first, and these are going to end up being cut off. So let's do one in the middle. So if they don't have straight edges, that's okay. The next one up here. Like that. Whoa. That one right there. Okay. Now we can glue these because we have something to actually glue them to. And I want those right about there. So let me put my glue right here. And we'll line that up right about there. And the last one, I want it right about here. All right, this really only takes a minute, right? Not too long. Whoops, I didn't do that really well. Put this down just a tiny bit. Okay. There is our window. All right, we're gonna let that dry for a minute. All right, in the meantime, while that's drying, let's stamp some snowflakes. So we're gonna Versamark these. So we have a little bit of white snowflakes on the background. All right. So I'm just gonna randomly start doing these. We're gonna emboss in white. Not all of these are going to show, so we don't want to get too particular. Okay, that's good. Embossing powder. I feel like it's been a while since we embossed. Where's my brush? You can see I've got a little bit extra here. I think that looks pretty good otherwise. All right. All right, here we go. Lisa, I'm just reading the comments while I'm doing this, you guys. And Lisa, I'm laughing at your pastrami comment. But also the tiny spoons, I don't know. I got those on Amazon, and I just like them because they fit in my little $1 Michaels container that I keep my embossing powders in. All right, I think we're about ready to start turning here. Okay, I think we're good. Hopefully I didn't miss any spots. That looks pretty good. Okay, so that is going to be our background. Okay, what else do we need to do? Let's stamp on here. And on this one on the inside, oh, you know what? this, hold on. Please hold. I'm looking because there's supposed to be another piece with this, which I'm not seeing. Not a big deal because we need something to stamp on. Oh, here it is. Here's the piece that's pre-cut to stamp on. Okay, so we're gonna stamp our wreath and our little bird on this. All right, let's start with that. We've got a lot of stamping to do too. Here's that label I was talking about. We're gonna stamp on that. And then I have this piece of window sheet that's gonna cover our window. Now you don't have to use a piece of window sheet. I just thought it looked nice. And I went through, when I was making this card, I went through a couple things. First, I popped up the window, but then it was like really tall on the card and I didn't like it. So then I made it flat. So I ripped up this card a couple of times when I was making it. Anyway, this piece of window sheet is, let me find it here, 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. All right, that can go over there. All right, so I didn't want to stamp the wreath in Memento. I thought because it's like leaves on the outside, I'm going to stamp it in the Mossy Meadow again. So we're going to start with Mossy Meadow, and then we're going to color the rest of it. So I'm going to do it off to the side as much as I can because I want to save just a little bit of room. It's pretty by itself, right? Just like that. As long as we've got this out, we're going to do, nope, we're done with that. Confusing myself. Okay, Memento for the bird. Our cute little cardinal. All right, let's color. This card is probably the one that takes the longest time. Okay, I am going to do, I thought I would do a couple different colors of leaves. So I'm going to start with the light old olive and just do some of those leaves in the light old olive. And I'm just doing each kind of leaf in a different color. So, you know, part of our vacation, we were in Chicago for the 4th of July, which was great. We had fun with family and friends. And then we drove to Sandusky, Ohio to go to Cedar Point, which was lovely. I mean, it's so beautiful there. And I have to tell you, you know, the hurricane last week, Beryl. So in San Antonio, it kind of veered to the east. I know Houston got annihilated with water, and there's still people without power there. And then I'm going to use, this is Dark Lemon Lime Twist. But in Ohio on Wednesday, we had remnants of the hurricane, which was kind of crazy. So it was rainy and windy, and the park was empty because all the sane people stayed home. But, you know, we were there because we drove from Chicago. So we were like, oh, yeah, we're going to the park anyway, which was great because we could just walk onto all the rides because nobody else was there. So it was pretty awesome, pretty fun. We did, you know, it only rained, you know, there was some like light drizzle and stuff. It never like downpoured, but it did rain a little bit heavier for a couple hours. But when we thought it was over, we went on one roller coaster. And then right after we got on, it started raining again. And it hurts to ride a roller coaster in the rain. It was beating our faces up pretty good. It was pretty funny. All right, let's do a little bit of, I think, Mossy Meadow again. Let me just check. Is that what I used? Yeah, this is light Mossy Meadow, even though it looks really dark. So I'm just going to do these leaves in that. Now you could just do all the leaves the same color if you want. I'm sure it'll look just as pretty. Then we're going to color our berries. I got to eat all the good food that I love to eat while I'm in Chicago. The pizza, the beef sandwiches, Chicago hot dogs. It was nice when I got home to eat some normal food that I'm used to. My stomach was like, what are you doing? Okay, I'm gonna go light cherry cobbler because as you can see, even the light's pretty dark. And we'll just color in some of these berries. And then our wreath is gonna be done. And then we're gonna color our little cardinal in cherry cobbler. So let's just add a couple of dark highlights to that. I want that side. But we enjoyed Cedar Point so much that we're thinking of going back in the fall to do their Halloween weekends. We did that a couple years ago and it was great fun. So we might do a second trip there this year. And of course the kids enjoyed it. Emmeline, who's 3, loved it. They've got tons of kids rides there too. So everybody got to do what they wanted to do, which was great. A little bit of pumpkin pie just for the beak. And then I'm just gonna take, you can see the eye is still white. So I'm just gonna take my Stampin' Up marker and just color in that eye with black. Okay, all right, die cuts. There's a wreath die cut in the kit. You can line it up. You can see how one of the sides is almost like a straight edge. So that's how you can tell where to put your die and line it up, right like that, and cut it out. And then the cute little bird die to cut out your little birdie. All right, let me pull those out. So we've got those here ready to go. Let's finish our stamping and then we'll put it together. Oh, okay, Lois. She's saying her video is freezing up. Is anybody else having problems with the video freezing? It looks like I'm still okay on my iPad. Yeah, Lisa, all the rides are open in the fall. Yes. And it's nice because it's cooler temperatures. And of course they have all the haunted houses and stuff. Okay, so let's finish up our window and then we'll finish stamping. Now that this is fairly dry, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut off the edges here. And we'll add our window sill at whichever side we think we would like the bottom to be. I'm getting glue all over my scissors. Okay, here's our windowsill. And I want that to come across right about here, but this is too long. I don't want it that long. So I'm gonna cut a little piece off like this. See if I can stick to pretty much the same angle. And we'll put our windowsill just like that. Okay, let's get some more glue out. See if I can do this without the mat underneath. And I kind of want it, let's see, right up to where the corner is right there, but I want it to cover up. Let's see, is that kind of straight? Maybe over just a little bit. Okay, I would say our window now is complete. Okay, let's glue it so we can let it dry. Let's glue our pieces together. So I'm gonna glue, I am gonna get my mat out for this part because that's so messy. I'm gonna glue around the edges with just some dots and put our window sheet. Let's put some little glue here. No one's gonna see it from the other side. Let me just take my t-shirt and kind of wipe the dust off a little bit. Put that on. Now I'm gonna line up the bottom and then you can see some of it's hanging off the top, which is fine. We'll trim that off after it's dry. Okay, all right. Now we can go ahead and glue this part on too. So more glue, and it's the same exact size as this, so we know where we can go ahead and put our glue. And we'll put our snowflakes. Now we're just going to line up all the edges. Okay, and we want to line them up exactly because it's the exact size. We don't want any blue showing. Okay, let's let that sit for a minute. All right, what have we got left to do? We need to do the sentiment. Let's decorate the season with happiness. Whoa. Let me see, that's this one right here. All right. And then on the inside, we took from that same set, we're doing Happy Holidays. Cherry cobbler. Okay, great. You want a second to clean up? All right. Now let's get out those two little pieces and let's finish the inside first. You know, I like to do that. Get these two little pieces and put some adhesive on them. All right, good, good, good. Now we're getting to the easy part. The assembly is the easy part. Let's see. All right, inside, good. I'm looking at the time. Yep, this one took a few minutes. All right, now we're just gonna go ahead, so let's cut off these edges from the window sheet. Now you could pop this up if you want to, and I'm trying to think, did I pop it up? Nope, I just went flat. I didn't like it too popped up. So the other thing you can do is I did the first time before I ripped it apart, I wanted this a little bit more in the background, so I had the window attached to here, and then I used strips, adhesive strips, and so this was, the blue was more in the background, but it really came up high off the card, and I just really didn't like it like that. So we're just gonna put it down like this. All right, kind of near the top. In the middle, we want room for our sentiment at the bottom. Let's pop up our sentiment. Trying to think what's the next set I want to use. I think we're not going to do Christmas again. We've done enough Christmas for now. A couple Christmas and July things. So do I want to start fall? Do I want to go back to the annual catalog? There's a lot of fun things still to play with, right? Okay, the wreath we can pop up or not pop up. I say let's pop this up. Okay. Sheesh. All right, I'm gonna put this one here like that. All right. Let's pop up our little, do we want to pop him up? Why not? Let's get a mini. First I was anti-popping up, now I'm all like, yeah, let's pop everything up. And we'll put him on the windowsill. And then let's get a bow. So we're going back to this sheer silver and white ribbon. It's got this beautiful silver trim. We're just going to make a bow. don't want it too big, so let's make it a little bit smaller. I think that's good. All right, let's glue dot that on. Put that right at the bottom. I don't really want to cover up the bird, but okay. And so then for this one, I felt like these were just a little bit too big and I didn't want to use that many of them. I feel like there's not that many in the package. So I went to the old standby, which is our Rhinestone Basic Jewels, and colored them. So let's get the dark cherry cobbler. And so I'm going to do 3 of the small for the wreath, and then I'll do a couple more small and a big one. Okay, don't those color nicely? Look how nicely those color. You could do any color you wanted. I love that. Hold on, I'm putting a couple things away because I can't find my toys right now. Too many things. Okay, so I put things away. I still can't find my take your pick tool. Where did it go? I don't know how to behave without my take your pick. Hold on, it fell on the floor. All right, I'm just gonna put these right where they are. Now you could do all of them if you wanted to. If you were inclined, you could do all of them on here. I'm just doing the ones right at the top. And then we'll just add a few more. Whoops, we do not want that piece of putty under there. Hold on, what happened? Too much putty. Just, I think I can still see some putty. Pretend like you don't see it. I'll deal with that later. All right, we could have done a medium one here too. That little one looks a little small. All right, are we done? Did we finish this card? All right, ta-da, finally. All right, so, okay, so it kind of looks like this is the inside, right? Like you have wallpaper and you got the window and you're looking outside and it's snowing. And yeah, you can have wreaths on the inside, but a bird on the inside, probably not. So hopefully that doesn't bother you. I thought it still looked okay anyway, like that, even though it's not, you know, it's not inside outside correct. All right, you guys, thank you very much. Okay, let us do this card. So I like to show you guys how to use everything, right? So I thought, all right, we've got to do some stamping and coloring this time instead of just using all the die cuts. So for this card, we're going to stamp. So this time we're using cherry cobbler for the card base, basic inside, 5 1/4 by 4. We're going to do a simple inside, happy holidays, just with the skates. Super simple stamping. All right, so let me put that aside. All right, and then our layers for the card base. This is going to be for our stamping and coloring. So I have a piece of Mossy Meadow, and I think this piece is, it's 5 1/2 by 3 1/2. Okay, now I got this piece of DSP. This is from, hold on, I'm throwing stuff around. The Iconic Celebrations DSP. So lots and lots of fun patterns. We're going to use this one, and we're also going to use the snowflake one on the next project. So everything's in here that you could possibly want, right? Fall colors, Christmas, everything. So we have this piece right here, and this is also 5 1/2, but it's 3 inches for our next layer. Okay, and that one seems a tiny bit long, so let's trim that up. Okay, There we go, card base. I used the Countryside Corners again to do this cherry cobbler piece, and that's going to go right here. We're going to build on top of this. All right, let's do the stamping. We're going to stamp everything in Memento for the outside. So here is our beautiful sled stamp. Let's get that all inked up. Now this one, this sled part has texture to it, which probably looks pretty cool if you were doing it like in a, I don't know, Pebbled Path, Smoky Slate, Basic Gray. It would kind of look like a hammered metal maybe, I don't know. So at first I had trouble with it with the black, and I was like, what's wrong with my black? But I think that's the way it's supposed to be. So here's our sled. Okay, can you see how you get the like the little white specks in there and stuff? But it's supposed to be like that, so. Okay, let's do our pair of ice skates. Same thing, see how you, I'm gonna ink it up some more. I don't know. Got that. All right. I hope your days are filled with fun and laughter. This is from the Deckled Rectangles. Okay. And then lastly, we're going to do this little swag. Okay, now we're ready to color some more. All right, hold on one second. I have a little nose emergency, hold on. Okay, so we're gonna start with Pecan Pie. I'm gonna do some dark just along the edges. I'm going to kind of try and go kind of fast, kind of along the edges and a little bit along some of these knots, just to give it a little bit of, I don't know, maybe wood texture, maybe not, maybe you can't even see it. I'm not sure. But let's start off with this part right here and get blending. I think I want this side. I'm going to color fast because we don't want to be here all night, right? See if I can stay in the lines. So I'm not sure. So my daughter is coming tomorrow with the 2 kids. They're flying in from Chicago. They're going to stay with us for 2 weeks, which I'm super excited about. Miss Emmeline has promised to make cards with Grandma. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be live next week. I would like to be, but it takes a long time to do everything for the live, not just create the cards, but, you know, do the die cutting ahead of time, and then die cutting for the classes, the PDF, the email. Like, it all takes a really long time. So I don't know, and plus I'm still working while they're here because I've already used up pretty much all my vacation. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to be live in the next 2 weeks, but I'm going to try. We'll see what happens. Maybe Emmeline can be live with me and make a card. We'll see. She's obsessed with flamingos right now. So that's been pretty fun. And I pulled out an old flamingo stamp set from Stampin' Up. That we're going to make some flamingo cards with her. Okay. We're almost done with this part. Then I'm going to take a little bit of Smoky Slate and just color in those parts that go across. That doesn't take long. The skates don't take long because I'm just going to leave them white and just use the smoky slate for the blades, and that's it for that. So do you guys like the die cut better or the colored ones better? I'm always partial to die cutting, but I actually found that I like this too. It was fun. Okay, that's it for that. Let's get out the smoky slate, and I have the light smoky slate. And we're just gonna do this like it's metal going across. And then we'll do the blades. Then we just have to color our swag, which is easy because that's just a couple colors also. So it's pretty easy coloring for this. Then of course all these pieces are going to get die cut out. And I will not bore you with coloring the swag. I'll just tell you what colors I used, okay? Because I've already die cut all this for us. So let me pull this out. So here is the sled that we colored. All right, looks like I missed a little bit up there. I almost need to get out my color lifter and see if I can fix that. It might be a little late. Okay, skates. Like I said, all I did was the smoky slate there, so that's all ready to go. And then what I did with the swag was I just used the dark and light old olive, and then I just used cherry cobbler. So just two colors basically of blends to do the swag, and then I die cut everything out. All right, let's put it together. Oops, let me get rid of, wait, I'm pretty sure I forgot to stamp something else, which would be the inside of the card. And for the inside, we're gonna use cherry cobbler and do Happy Holidays again, which we just did, right? And then the skates at the bottom. Nice and simple. Did you see that? No, 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 do not drop your stamp. Let's try, if I start straight, maybe I can stamp straight. All right. And the memento. Oh, thanks, Lisa. I do have the flamingo set, Lisa, but I don't, does it have dies with it? I think so. I think I have that. But, hold on, I'm looking for the skates. I don't have any DSP to go with it because it was just like right before I started with Stampin' Up. So I don't have any DSP, but I ordered some paper from Amazon, some little flamingo paper. So I do have some Amazon DSP I'm going to use to make some flamingo cards. All right, there's our inside. I wish I could figure out how to get both my Facebook pages live at the same time. Why did Facebook lie to me about how to do it? I don't get it. All right. Unless maybe I didn't establish a cross-post relationship first. I gotta check that again. All right, so I'm just centering the sled right here, just using some adhesive to put it down. And then I'll put the skates on next. Not getting fancy. We're gonna pop up the swag. Put that right in the middle, just a little bit off, like that. Let's pop this whole thing up. Oops. Like that. All right. Oh, you guys, I did it. I forgot to put my ribbon. So we're going to use some of this, you know, the silver and gold trim. So we're going to lift this up and put our trim behind. Let's see if we can do this like nothing ever happened. Look at my fingers just totally full of ink. That's funny. I'm a mess. All right, I feel like that's not very tight. Let's see if I can tighten it at all. Okay, not bad. But I kind of want it to be a little bit curvy, like, I don't know, up and downy, right? All right, let's take this and add some dimensionals. All the way to the side like that, but maybe straight. Okay. All right, now let's add some embellishment. So this time I pulled these. Have you guys played with these yet? These are the adhesive back metallic gems. Very, very pretty. And I'm just using, hold on, let me get this pin out of the way, the small ones. So I'm just doing 3 right here, and then 2 on the opposite side. Okay, that is our stamped card. I hope y'all like it. Hopefully this is gonna stick back down now since I peeled it up. Otherwise I can add a little bit more adhesive. Let's do that. All right, now it's gonna stay. Okay. Card number 3, still into the holidays. All right, last one is we're going to do our box. So what we're going to use for this is, let me get out one of these scalloped gift boxes, and we have the little insert that goes inside too. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of pre-folding. And then we might as well put some of our cardstock down while it's flat, right? Okay. So these are going to be the edges of the box, okay? And we have, I've got ribbon everywhere. Here's our pieces for this. So we've got these edge pieces right here, which are Night of Navy. All right, and let me give you the dimensions for this. So 2 5/8 by 3/4, and 2 1/4, nope, and 1 3/4 by 3/4. All right, so 2 long, 2 short. They're both 3/4 wide, and we're just might as well put those on right now. And we're just going to center them. Two more. Then we'll fold our box and then just do the front that we can just put on. Now, if you really wanted to, you could also cut skinnier pieces of DSP and decorate it that way, but I don't think people paid that much attention to the, there's a little fiber, to the sides of the box anyway. All right, so let's put our box together. And this is one of these easy ones to put together. You just fold it, you don't have to glue anything, it just tucks, folds and tucks super nicely. Okay, that's it, box is complete. We're gonna put this in the inside. I'm not sure, oh, here they are. I was like, what do I do with all the candy? Okay, I got these from Amazon, of course. Did you guys find anything good on Amazon Prime Day today? Let me know if you did, because I feel like, well, first of all, I was at work, so I couldn't shop. And I want to know if there's any good deals I'm missing out on. Do you guys love candy necklaces and candy bracelets? I do. I think they're super fun. Great for the kids. This is a snowflake one. Really cute little bracelet. Now we have our cute little jewelry box. All right. Let's put that aside and do the top of the box. All right, so I have another piece of Night of Navy, and this is 3 7/8 by 2 5/8. I have this piece of that Iconic Celebrations DSP, 3 5/8 by 2 3/8. That's just gonna layer on. Wow, did you see that? Okay. All right, so we've got that layered on. I have a Stylish Shapes die circle of the Night of Navy, and this is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. All right, and I did some more snowflakes on that. Now I'm wondering, would it look better just without the snowflakes? Because we've already got snowflakes right here. I did not put that on straight. Hold on. That will not do. Add a little more adhesive and put it on straight this time. Let's try it plain. So we'll have one plain. If you want to do the snowflakes, just doing like we did with the other card, using Versamark and white embossing powder. But let's see how it looks without that for this. Okay. Then we have all our little pieces. This is Stylish Shapes, the teeny tiny batter in navy. And then we have these 4 pieces that we are also going to use. This is that glimmer paper with the flowering zinnias that is an online exclusive. And it comes in, I think, Old Olive and the white. And what color is this? Berry Burst, maybe? I don't have the sheet that goes with it, so I don't know what the colors are, but we're going to use a little bit of this sparkly white behind our sentiment, okay? All right, so what did we die cut from this? Again, we did the white skates, we did the silver blades, and this time we did our laces in Night of Navy. All right, so these are our die cut pieces. Oops, I got an extra one in case I messed that up. Skates, like that, okay? All right, so we've got a little work to do. Let's start by doing our sentiment. We have Let It Snow, and we'll do that. Anytime there's a dark color, I like to try and remember to use this. All right, let's see if the Versamark jumps down at us. Let It Snow. Barely fits on here. Embossing powder. Everything's falling tonight. Okay. All right, that is going to go there. Let's glue our skates together, and then we can be ready to assemble. So I think we're about done with our Christmas in July. So last year, I don't think I did Christmas in July. And so I didn't get a chance to use that cute little truck bundle or any of the online exclusives that really came out. So this year I was like, okay, I want to get this stuff before it sells out this time and use it. So that is why we're doing this. That's what I want. Now for this, you could also just stamp and die cut, right? If you didn't want to go through the trouble of gluing all this stuff on. I just like the look. I think the navy looks nice. So if you're a demonstrator, I think the new catalog, we get to preview it the 24th of July. And we get to pre-order on August 6th, which I'm excited about. I always like to see the new minis, what's going to be in them. So I'm excited to see what the mini is going to have this year, because it's got all the fun Christmas stuff, right? And I'm sure there'll be more fall stuff and Halloween stuff. So that's something to look forward to. All right, last gluing piece for now. Then we'll do a little bit of assembly. Okay. Let's let these dry for a second. Okay, and so basically we're going to do the same thing we did before with the baker's twine and tie a bow. Not too big. All right. And we're going to do this exact same thing. Glue dot it on. Hold this a little bit. Right where we want it, right about here. And we might as well, let's just put this down so it's where it's supposed to be. Okay, adhesive on the backs. And figure out where we want it on here. This one right here. And this one's gonna go right here. All right, cut the strings. And add some dimensionals. All right, let's see. I'm going to put this first one down because I don't know if I want a dimensional on the whole second one because it's going to be overlapping, right? So this one right here. This one's going to be, nope, we can do it. We'll be fine. Okay, there we go. Skates on. Skates on. Okay, this little piece right here, we're just going to glue to our cute little background. Did I give you guys the dimensions on this little piece of glimmer paper? It's 1 3/4 by 3/4. All right. Let it snow. All right, do you guys remember these? These are still available. These little snowflakes, adhesive back snowflake assortment on the online exclusives. So I'm going to take a couple of these and put some snowflakes on here. Put one in here now since I didn't. Yeah, why not? Let's put one over here since we didn't. We might as well use 3 then. Let's use 1. Where do we want the last one? Maybe here. Okay. Then I took a couple of the little rhinestone basic jewels and put them in the middle. Just to add that extra little bit of sparkle to them. like that. All right, that's the top of our box. We'll just add a little bit of adhesive. Put it on top. We've got our cute little box. Okay, now I didn't use ribbon, so to hold it shut, I'm using magnets. So these I got on Amazon too. And let me see if I can get 2 of them apart. They're very strong, I feel like, these magnets. And I'm just gonna glue dot both sides of the magnets. Whoops. And then we'll put it on our box, and that'll hold our box shut. I'm making a mess, hold on. That did not stick to the magnet. It stuck to me. All right, now that that's on there, I'm just gonna pick up the glue dot and put it on there, and then close the box. Okay, now it holds it shut, and then you can undo the magnet. Except my glue dots are super sticky with this weather. Hold on, please. Come on, get apart. This is the part where I stab myself too. Okay, you get on there and stick this time. All right, now we've got our magnets to close our box. There we go, much better, okay? All right, so which one do we like better? The one with too many snowflakes, are they too many? Or the one with the plain navy blue? I'm not sure. This one's really busy, but I kind of do like all the snowflakes. I don't know. I'm not sure which one I like better. All right, let me push some things aside. All right, just reading your comments, everybody. Okay, you guys, again, we talked about if you want the kits, the make and takes this week, you'll get the all the things to make all 4 of these projects, including the little ribbon, the embellishments. You'll get everything you need. You need the stamp and die set for the Sophisticated Sled, and I'll even send you one of the candies. So I'll send you one of these candy bracelets so you can make it and give it to somebody. All right, so that is our class. Thank you guys for joining me. If you want the measurements, they'll be in my email tomorrow if you're on my email list. Otherwise, you can just email me. I'll be happy to send you all the measurements for these projects. 2 new kits, you guys, came out. So we have the Circus Celebration kit and Garden of Thanks. This looks really pretty. I'm going to have to order that. I'm ready to place an order maybe tomorrow. This is not the best picture of the newest paper pumpkin, Time for Cake. It doesn't really show much except that you get the free stamp set, the additional stamp set. So, but paper pumpkin is always fun. All right, anything else? I think that's it. Thank you guys so much. I'm seeing your comments. Thank you. And thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of the week. And hopefully I'll see you next week. We'll have to see what happens. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you.